Good morning, sir. My name is John Ruiz Villasco, Biscrimto. My topic is types of character. Types of character. What are the different types of character? The most writer have an inherent understanding of how to categorize their character based on classic comic book. Comic book style label Heroes William Cedric, but in the ever intricate realm of story, there there are many more nouns types of consider. Rule character refer to the part that one play in the story in the protagonist, which we'll discuss below. These men, all other rules stem from their relationship to the prota- pro- protagonist. Basically, these types define how character interact and affect and other. Type, Types of based on rule include of character. Protagonist, antagonist, deuteragonist, tertory, confident, love and interest, foil. There the sum those rules can be overlapped. The antagonist mid be the MS confident and antagonist mid of their foil on or the midnight eventually become the protagonist love interest. Any fans of up in here, but we're quality ahead of ourselves. Let's quality touch on second major category of the character types. Number 1. Self-realized character. A person with this type of character is ever antithetic from a know his potentialities of limitation. This is support of character and assess not only the family but also the society is which person lives. Number 2. Example of self-realized character. Example of self-realized character. Self-realized people have own identity, their own brand, charisma and light, capable to inspiring other. They is created themselves though process in the which they will learn to accept themselves within their virtue and the fact they are clear on their prioritized and how to achieve their goal in life. Number 2. Conventional character. They refer to a jealous or acquisitive character. It is held as a person with a grade of the endeavor to all out in the collecting worldly possession and fulfilling his personal petty ambition by adopting any means open him even crossing all limits or moral and ethical limits. In effect, the person who will become the most arrogant, repulsive, slander, and folly breathed burden not only on the family but also the society in which he lives. Number 3. Super superstitious character. In a way, all are superstitious, what but when we were over superstitious, then problems start in the merely bad for the individual concerned, but also for the those to become in a contact with his unpredictable person, who may change his tag in the moment. Those living those living for everybody around in the large too much reliance on superstition also rob of the scientific temper and the forward looking approach in our life. But we should best compare superstitious and traditionalist tra, traditionalist. Number 4. Eugistic, overbearing, bossy, tall talker. They're the person who think the world run though him and everything and everybody should respect. Number 1, respect. He is and such as in overbearing and bossy disposition, but him to category of hard to please fastidious stages. This person learn to the lesson after the sometimes the follow with this damn care attitude. Yes, attitude. Hardly care of other this support short of egos, egocentric character. It is the bane of any society irrespective of their status in the society. Number 5. Antisocial character. Yes. A person who neither care for the norms set by the society nor care for the moral of ethical values. It is antisocial character. This character is both a sinner and criminal. He called also term of the offensive character. This is like of character resort of offense beside being abusive on even pretext this antisocial behavior cuts him off from the community in which he is living and has a find of himself ultimately for this act of omission and commission. Number 6. Insincere character. When a person does something good for us as express our sincere thanks and extra smile of being a sincere to that person is whatever the way it is possible for our contrarily a person that person in the whatever way it is possible for us contrarily a person who think other is there for saving him to without a warrant in the feelings for other. This is a like of person is not only is the insincere to his own family in the society, yes, and even to know creator how had created to him. in the society. Complacent character. We will all should be a confidence of ourselves. It is a good for day-to-day functioning of our society, but when we are crossed their hold of the confidence and step into the realm of complacency, then problem start as a person who embased in the treat finally face of ignore the faith for a being of learning to a lesson. Yes, listen. 3 dimension of honesty. Number 1, trustfulness, presenting the fact of the best our knowledge. Take note their intent in the crucial distinction between the truthfulness and truth itself. Being a wrong is not the same thing as a lying, although honest mistake can be still damage trust and so far they may show sloppy judgment. Number 2, sincerity, one most observed genius, being without and trickery of the duplicity for our precludes all act of including himself truth out of context, statement and even silence that are ended to create belief or live expression. They are out true and the misleading. Number 3, candor is a relationship involving legitimate expectation. To trust honesty may be also required candor, forthrightness and frankness. Imposition the to obligation to volunteer enforcement that other person needs to know. For integrity, person of integrity are those act of according to this belief, not according to expediency. He was as constant. There is no difference in the way mistake of discussion from situation. Difference in the way makes of discussion from situation. This this is a principle don't very work or at home if the public are alone. The person of integrity. Person of integrity are those who act according to the belief and according to expediency. He also constant. There is no difference the way mistake decision from situation for the situation. This is a principle don't vary to work or at home public. The person of integrity takes time for self-reflection so that the event series and seeming necessity of they do not determine the course of moral life. Instead, in the control make courteous, even charming, but he never duplicates of unfaithful. He never demean himself without a obsequent behavior. Toward those things made to him, some good is trust because you you know how he what you say what you get. People without integrity are called hypothesis hypothesis are two face. Reliability. Promise keeping reasonable person who does keep their promises, for I believe that doing is create legitimate basis of the another person really on him, and that he undertakes special moral duties may accept the responsibility of making all reasonable effort of fulfill their commitment, because promise keeping is such an important aspect as true worthiness. Consideration to maintain reliability. Reliability 1. Avoid bad faith excuse. Intermit your promises there and honestly don't try to rationalize non-compliance. Avoid unwise commitments before make as a promise. Consider carefully whether you are willing and like to keep. Think about unknown future event that could make a difficult, understandable, undesirable, huh? undesirable or impossible. Sometimes all we can promise to do our best. Avoid unclear commitments. Be sure that when you make a promise, the other person understand what you are committing to do. 1. Loyalty. Loyalty to be a trust. One must be loyal to his or husband, wife, friend, employer, employee, organization, citizen, and country. That's loyalty is very important. Loyalty. Our relation is the other people create of the expectation of fidelity and devotion. Hence, loyalty is a responsibility that each one should develop. Kinahanglan gijag develop and maintain to promote in interest certain people. Kinahanglan nga ang imo ging pagka-loyalty sa imong tao dapat imo ginang maintinon. That's my observation. Organization of affiliation. This is duty goes beyond the normal obligation. We will all share to care and other. Dapat kung kabalo ka maamping sa imong kagalingon, kabalo pud ka maamping sa mga tao. That however, one should not sacrifice ethical principle when giving allegiance immediately and devotion to the other people of preserve his or her integrity. That's all. Good morning, sir. Thank you.